for his opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Instead of stopping the stupid spending, Democrats attack the guy who's exposing it. I think the taxpayers of this country would just as soon we stop spending their money on dumb things. Like what was the example from USAID? Some transgender comic in Ireland spending money on Bert and Ernie and Big Bird on Baghdad TV. I think they would prefer we not do that. Elon Musk is exposing in the federal government exactly what he exposed at Twitter when he purchased Twitter. What did we find out there?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, holding a hearing today on, quote, reining in the administrative state is a bit like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. As we speak, Elon Musk and his band of near teenaged accomplices are systematically working their way through the executive branch, knocking down agency after agency, while undermining the rule of law and shredding the Constitution along the way. Musk and his team have unprecedented access to our most sensitive and personal data.
I'm sure you've heard the news, but have you heard what Jerry Nadler is saying about Elon Musk? Reverend Jerry Nadler has recently voiced serious concerns about Elon Musk's unprecedented access to sensitive government data. Nadler claims Musk's team has access to extremely sensitive tax information from the IRS, restricted records of millions of federal employees from the Office of Personnel Management, and personal data related to health insurance from the Department of Labor. Nadler warns that this data access, occurring without public transparency, jeopardizes government accountability and data security.
Gained access to extremely sensitive tax information at the IRS, highly restricted government records on millions of federal employees and their families from the Office of Personnel Management, and personal data related to health insurance plans, workplace safety and health investigations, child labor, and more from the Department of Labor. And this is just what we have learned through news articles, because all of these actions have been taken without any transparency to the American people. Musk and his team have access to at least 18 agencies and untold amounts of sensitive data that is attractive to bad actors here and abroad. But Musk and his assistants are not just accessing this data. They are feeding it into AI models, downloading it onto commercial servers, and possibly taking it off premises. Because Musk and his team can also change our government systems. Not only is the personal information of millions of Americans at risk, but also the systems that ensure our safety and core government functions. And for the people they represent, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. I now recognize Chairman of the full committee, Mr. Jordan, for his opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Instead of stopping the stupid spending, Democrats attack the guy who's exposing it. I think the taxpayers of this country would just as soon we stop spending their money on dumb things. Like what was the example from USAID? Some transgender comic in Ireland spending money on Bert and Ernie and Big Bird on Baghdad TV. I think they would prefer we not do that. Elon Musk is exposing in the federal government exactly what he exposed at Twitter when he purchased Twitter. What did we find out there? Big government was pressuring big tech to censor Americans. And you don't have to take my word for it. We had the Twitter files. Oh, and we also had someone else in big tech send a letter to this committee and tell us exactly what they were doing. Mark Zuckerberg said the Biden administration was pressuring us to censor. We did it. We're sorry. We won't do it again. Told the whole world that in a letter to this committee. So Elon Musk is now doing that for the federal government. We think that's a good thing. And to understand the fundamental difference the left has with us conservatives. Democrats believe it is the career elected bureaucrats who are supposed to run the country. We don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. We actually think it's the people who put their name on a ballot who get elected by we the people who make the decisions. And the guy who got 77 million votes on November 5th says he wants Elon Musk working for him, the elected member who heads the executive branch working for him, every bit as much as the federal employees, the people in Treasury who are supposed to have all the answers, or in USAID who be the career officials, working for him to expose stupid things our government is spending money on. And the Democrats are going to attack that guy? Go ahead. Go right ahead. But we know the real consequences of having this administrative state, these bureaucrats run things. We got two witnesses here who've lived it. Ms. Wade and Mr. Smith. They're here to tell about how that had impacted their business. So I appreciate the chairman having this hearing. This is exactly the kind of hearing we have to have, and I appreciate the work the president and his team are doing to expose the stupid things bureaucrats spend the hard-earned money of the people we get the privilege of representing.
What's going on?
He argues that the information is a gold mine for malicious actors, both domestically and internationally, putting the personal data of millions of Americans at risk. But that's not all. Nadler also fears Musk's team could potentially alter government systems, threatening the core functions of our government. He portrays Musk as a dangerous figure, undermining the rule of law and the Constitution. The call for scrutiny over Musk's data access is louder than ever. Stay informed. Stay vigilant. Thanks for watching.